Total Winos.
Get to it.
All right. Hello. Sean Brady, regular wine guy with my man J-Time Gunter, and we are Total Winos. Hello, my man Jay. What's going on in California?
Right now, it's kind of cold, to be honest with you. It's a little cold. I know it's not Missouri cold. I know it's not Midwest cold, but it is cold out here. And that's why I got the jacket on. Normally, I have my T-shirt on, but it's a little cold out here. I'm doing well, though. Like, I have some warm glass. Well, not warm wine, but like I have wine in my glass that keeps me warm. And I'm looking forward to getting right into this today. I feel like you guys don't know enough about us. And so part of what we're doing for January is kind of letting you know a little bit more about us. And with that being said, sorry. And with that being said,
there are no mocks.
Yo, this happens sometimes. Anyway, all right. So, with that being said, for the third time, I want you guys to know what our future plans are in wine. Like I feel like you guys know what we're doing right now. You've heard some of our past, but let's talk about our future. We're doing a little bit of like past, present, future here. And so my question for you, Sean, is being that you're passionate about wine, do you have any future plans in the wine game? Like what are you thinking about going forward in the wine game? Like what can you see yourself in the future doing in this game?
Well, in the close future, what I see myself doing is just one, exploring more wine, right? People have talked, it's like, well, now's the time for you to, certainly get your level 1 somm, right? It's like, wow, I could study for that. I have the time. I know a lot of the wherewithal, and I've been studying it like I've been doing it anyway. So that's on the short-term horizon. I don't know if I'm ready to go for a level 2, but I like doing things in baby steps and getting comfortable with things. And then I'm also the opposite. I just like jumping right in and like, crazy work ethic over the top where I just cram, if you will. But this is something that's always been enjoyable to me. Even in my early 20s, it was something that I'm like, oh, wow, wine is something different, right? It wasn't the only thing that I enjoyed, but my goodness, that's something that I want to fulfill in the near future. We're, in the beginning of the year, we're typically talking about goals and plans. And I had a really great friend of mine who shared with me, instead of a 5-year plan or a 3-year plan, it was a 1,000-day plan.
Nice.
Which is about 3.5 years.
I like that though. Days.
But right, and it's like 1,000 days. What do you want to have? Materialize 1,000 days from now. Is it a relationship? Is it something materialistic? Is it an experience you want to have? A language you want to learn, a food you want to try, something, scuba diving. You name it, right? Understanding of politics in a different way. It doesn't matter. The world is your oyster, but 1,000 days is a long, long time, and it shows up really quick. So that's what's on my horizon. I know I love this stuff, and I would love to make a living, and they have a business or an income from doing something wine centric. I don't know what that is for sure, but meanwhile, it's just so much fun experiencing all the things that we've talked about in past episodes. I know we'll talk about in future episodes, and that's what's going on for me. But what's in your future? What's your crystal ball telling you, Jay?
What's funny is my whole idea of like wanting to teach about wine is what I think is the future for me. Like I still want to do these type of I still want to be able to touch the audience like we're doing right now. I want to be able to like sit over here and do Zooms about like, what is so special about this fruit in glass that we have right here. I want to focus a lot on education side of wine. But I also want to put out a lot more publications about wine too. Like with me having my publishing company, Grapes and Sand, although I'm gonna be publishing all types of books. Like right now, we have 2 wine books, a poetry book, and we have a cookbook that's dropping soon. I plan on putting out a novel on there. I plan on doing a lot of other stuff, but I also want to continue to put out more content when it comes to wine. So I have some ideas for like another wine book coming up soon. So that's my idea. That's what I really want to do is in the next few years, I want to be able to teach more about wine, but I also want to put out more publications around wine, wine, whether it's education or just fun wine books. I want to do both. I don't want to take us too serious. I don't want it to be too pretentious. I just want it to open the gap a little bit for people to enjoy wine without feeling judged. And so that's my plan. Of course, more podcasts and stuff like that. I can't wait to do that. But yeah, that's the plan for me. And speaking of that, do you have like a set time for yours? Are you doing like maybe, is it 2 years, 5 years? Is there like a certain amount of time that you're focusing on to get this stuff accomplished for yourself? Or is it just, I'm putting it in the atmosphere and I'm going to hope to get it eventually?
I think for my level 1, I'd like to do something with that, like have a definitely something established, not necessarily. I know the tests and things like that are well skewed with our current state of the world.
Yeah.
But, ideally in 2022, I'd have a really strong foothold of, when am I able to go for this thing? I can take these tests or I can do these classes. But that I want to, before the end of 2022, I want a definite time and understanding of when it is I can take that test if I haven't already taken it by then.
Gotcha.
Because I honestly, I haven't looked at all what it takes. I know you know a lot about that.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been a little fearful. I mean, it's been a little scary, a little daunting. It's like, oh, do I, I've gotten certifications and other thing before, and I've walked away from those, and I've thought about doing other things professionally. But I think this is just for myself. It's just more of a joy and one of those things that I want to accomplish. So there's that. The other thing I would say for both of us, and the one thing I would love to do with you is, we talked a lot about it a little bit, but from an experience standpoint,
Yeah.
and togetherness is actually being able to go to some of these different wineries or tasting rooms and just experience all the stuff that we love doing virtually now, right? Except do it together in person and, have a tribe of people and a group of people that are enjoying it along with us. That it's like, wow, this is so much fun. We're not wine snobs, but we are wine lovers.
Yes.
And it's like, that's what I want to do more of in 2022. And I know I'm putting some things together with some friends now, and have some planning meetings for that, and just get some concrete dates next year. Because right now we're in December, January is coming up, and it's those are what the plans are in the shorter term, or less than 365 days out of that 1,000-day plan.
I feel that. Okay. For me, it's a little different. I think I'm just kind of throwing it out there in the ether. I do have okay, don't get me wrong. I've written out everything I want to do for like the next 3 years. Like I have specific plans, but based off of what I just told you right now, I'm kind of just putting that out there in the ether, and I want to see. I want to just get it accomplished when I get it accomplished, because there's so many things that I'm juggling right now that I can't really throw that I just told you in the mix, because I think it may throw off some things that I'm already got planned out. So I'm just going to throw it out there. When I have downtime, I'll be working on, setting up the next wine book, setting up, more of an educational side of what we're doing right now. So that's, I don't have a set time, but I'm throwing it out there to get it done. But also, I also know this, that you're doing your dry January, but we're pre-recording this. Quick question. What's in your glass right now?
I thought you'd never ask, because I keep sniffing on it, and man, it's delicious. I had this one before, but a Cote de Rhone, and this is a César. They have another couple vintages, and I can't read it backwards or upside down, and it's getting a little darker lit here, but we can post it in the show notes. Just really lovely. I mean, one of the things that I've learned from Jay is, I'm like, what's this cassis thing you talk about? What's a cassis? But wow, it's popping in the right off the nose. I'm like, that's what it is. Now I understand. It's joyful.
For me, I got this Syrah out of Russian River Hamby. You guys can see it. And you guys know how much I love Syrah, even more than I love almost every other grape there is. This one's out of Russian River. It's really, really delicious. It's more acidic and also a little bit more earthy, as opposed to like fruit being like the dominant characteristic of this wine. I love this wine. If I was to break this down, I would highly recommend you going to get this wine. Again, this is the Hamby. This is a 2016 out of Sonoma County, Russian River. So if you see that bottle, grab that bottle, drink it, and let me know what you think of it.
Price point? Where should people like say, oh, I don't want to overpay for anything, but if it's a good deal or a great deal, I love my great deals.
I found, so this is the thing. We have a place out here called Grocery Outlet, and so it's really, really like delicious wines there if you know what to look for at a reasonable price. I found this one for $5.99.
Wow.
Excuse me. Oh, sorry. I found
God
this one
bless
for
you.
$5.99. And
I found mine for a little bit more than that. It was about $26.99, and I got that at the Wine and Cheese place here in St. Louis. So they have a few locations, smaller, but one of the things that I love about the smaller wine shops too is just a little bit more personalization, a little bit more attention, and they have fewer wines, so they actually know the wines a whole lot better. There's not things that they haven't tried or somebody there hasn't tried. So,
gotcha.
And they recommended this, and I'm like, wow, kudos, thanks, Tom.
you gotta trust your neighborhood wine person. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta trust them. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. We just kind of want to give you guys a little bit more an idea of who we are and what we're trying to do in the future. I hope you guys like that, and hope you guys click on the box to follow us and hit the bell and all that good stuff. And
ring that bell.
Ring that bell, as my mother would say. That's one of her favorite songs. I have a story behind that, but I'll say that for another podcast or another vlog.
There you go. We love it.
Ring my bell.
Right. Jay, anything else before we let these lovely people on to the next episode?
Check out my website, grapesandsand.com. I have a lot of new projects on the horizon, and another cookbook that's coming out soon. It's a Vibe is going to be done very, very soon, and I look forward to sharing with you guys all that stuff that's going on. So,
well, we look forward to the future. We hope you do too. And we may not see you in person, but we're always going to see you right here on social media. Thanks for watching, and cheers.
Cheers.
Woohoo! Total Winos.
Get to it.